going on, guys? Happy all that bullshit and all that. What we that shit? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so look, certainly no one's making me do this because I could just talk about how I want to make AI robots and whatnot. And also on that note, like the other day, Tiffany got a little pissy at me, like when we were having that fight, and she was like, "Is someone using my picture without my knowledge? Who? Tell me who." And I was like, "Come on, man! Like, I'm not benefiting monetarily in any way, shape, or form off of using your picture for. If anything, I would rather make AI art of like robots and ninjas and shit like that. I was making AI art of Pokemon smoking out of bongs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought she liked it. I'm not trying to get her in trouble. To be quite honest, if she wants me to not post it on Instagram, if she could just say that, I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to copyright infringe on anything. I will just do it just for her and just fucking give it to her because we have each other's information and all that bullshit. So I mean, like, don't hold that shit in because of me. Like, I don't give a fuck. Trust me, I give zero fucks if strangers on the internet can see the AI art that I made. Where's my phone? Oh. Look, I'm not like I'll just like I didn't mean to flip out as much. It puts me in a hard position not being able to access my own money. I understood the rules wrong. I wouldn't have done it, or I would have withdrew more money first because I had like 80,000 in beforehand. I would have just withdrew some and then whatever. But anyways, uh, it's not that much money overall. As soon as G-Pool pays me the money they were supposed to pay me in November, I have everything I need. So at this point in time, I'm just kind of making up for G-Pool's slack right now, which is something else I don't want to get into. But anyways, so yes, I I do, and I apologized. I owe her an apology. But the reason why I did is because like check it out. I normally don't look. First of all, they will never understand this, but and I discussed this with Tiffany. I'm not discussing this with anyone else. I'm investing basically for them, so I can't even get into that right now. I would never ever sell my theta, trust me. But anyways, so I reached out to. I was starting to ask my family for help, and then I got as far as saying, like $23,000 isn't that much money, and I was gonna say in the grand scheme of things. And before I got to that point, I started getting the lecture of it. But it's not that much money. Why don't I have it and all that bullshit? So I was like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this right now, because they're not gonna use it. They're not gonna use this against Tiffany. I'm not gonna let them. This was my mistake for not reading the fine print. I did fall for it. I did get led into it, but I didn't read the fine print. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All that kind of bullshit. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, so long and the short, best thing I can do is just keep on working, keep my head down. Like when I say shit like Mormon's a culture and a religion, like from a religious point of view, Mormon is basically fucked. It's too easy to Google Emanuel Swedenborg and find out how it's all been plagiarized and whatnot. But from a cultural point of view, Mormon makes a lot of sense. She basically asked me what my plan was, and I was like, my plan is to keep my shoulder to the wheel and carry on. And she was like, hee hee hee, I'm gonna go do my skincare, hee hee hee. And I left my tea over there. I like the tea. It's a good tea. Thank you so much. Look, it's a little embarrassing. I've been doing what Tiffany told me to do, and one of my Calvin Klein shirts It says Calvin Klein on the bottom, but it also says Calvin Klein up on the top, and I didn't see that because now that that part of the fat is gone, I can see that part of the shirt, and it's a little embarrassing to say that, but whatever. So I'm just like, look, she really is a miracle. She's helping me out a whole. She doesn't have to do any of this shit. She basically spent 5 years trying to convince me to do this shit. I should be so goddamn lucky that she wants me to do this shit. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up and do it. But look, I'm just gonna focus on. I'm gonna finish cleaning my apartment. I set a personal goal of this year. I would like to at least get one bug bounty. I don't care if it's for $1,000. I don't care if it's for $1,000,000. I don't give a shit. I want to get at least one bug bounty. From a metaphorical point of view, when I said that shit about Final Fantasy Tactics and like the battle, metaphorically, it's not like, oh, a battle and whatnot, like, oh, fuck you, fuck you. It's more like, hey, is this motherfucker any good? What can he do? Why the fuck should we give a fuck? Is she wasting his time with him? Like, they want to see what I can do and whatnot, right? So from my point of view, there's no way I can win head on with these motherfuckers. They're calculators. They're arithmeticians. Like they do all that chart shit, and I'm like, whatever. What I can do as an artificer is I can just take on a fucking. I'm gonna walk right up to the biggest enemy on the field. I'm gonna one shot it, and that's just what I do. So, and if I don't one shot it, it'll be damn near close to being one shotted. And then I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna be like, here you go, Tiffany, invest this shit. If I get $1,000,000 bug bounty, if I get $100,000 bug bounty, 23K doesn't sound like that much money all of a sudden, right? Well, it's like 21K now. I put some more money in, just a little bit, tappa, little by little, right? But if I get a bug bounty, this shit don't matter, right? So I'm not going to waste my time making AI bots that try to learn to do trading. I'm not doing that shit. Tiffany has already got that shit covered. I'm going to let her do that shit. I'm going to do my shit. And instead of arguing about the best way of doing some bullshit, we will just do our own shit to the best of our ability and play off of each other's strengths. That's just how we're going to do this. Alright? So, one way or another, I'm going to come up with the rest of the money. I really only need the 10K that I can get or whatever. Like, maybe it's 8K because the market is down. I don't give a shit. But they owe me a $5,000-$6,000 at the time of the snapshot anyways payout. Once I get that, I can liquidate the rest of the money I have in the pool. I was then going to use some of the money that I pull out to max out my edge node, get some more theta, and then anything else. See, I don't really like the G-Note shit, but the T-Fuel bullet payouts in T-Bill, that makes sense. Because the bullet and T-Fuel are always going to have a use case. So I would do that. But anyway, so that's just what it is. Crisis averted. That's probably Tiffany. Before I go, I want to say 3 things that I like about Tiffany. And I'm not just bullshitting and taking these from the Booz Allen Hamilton Ethics First pack thingy that they gave me. I really do think that Tiffany embodies these. I think that Tiffany can empower people to change the world with her ferocious integrity because she does the right thing and she holds herself and everyone else in her circle accountable. Tiffany has unflinching courage. She speaks truth to power and maintains convictions, especially under duress. Tiffany brings bold thinking to the table, and she has passionate service. She embraces the mission, she listens and acts with empathy, and she makes meaningful connections to build community through generosity. Alright, fine, whatever. I'll say the other ones. She has collective ingenuity. She finds the problem and solves it. She can be resourceful and creative. She seeks to make the biggest difference. She harnesses the power of diversity, and she's devoted to the team. She's a champion's heart. She craves being the best. She brings joy in the pursuit. She can learn from failure, only she never fails, and she can compete with passion. There you go. And well, I don't, whatever. I'm not. Who cares? I might get a copyright strike because it's got a logo on it, anyways. Anyways, so that's that. Crisis averted. I don't want to say try ball smiles because like I was just kind of like joking around and all that bullshit, and then she told me some shit, and I was like, oh damn, I was just kind of teasing you. But anyways, so yeah, pow. There you go. Anyways, guys, you're the rabbit. All right, peace out.